You can always tell a people's mindset by their condition. Look around. The way a community lives, treats each other, organizes or disorganizes itself speaks louder than any protest or Instagram quote. It's not about blaming, it's about awareness. Because condition flows from mindset, and mindset flows from programming. Our communities didn't get here by accident. The chaos, the self-hate, the division, the suspicion, it was all planted. But what's worse is when we start watering that poison ourselves, when we treat each other like enemies, when we mock instead of mentor, slander instead of support. We're not just hurting each other. We're reflecting a broken mirror back on ourselves. It's not just economics, it's spiritual poverty. A people disconnected from their essence will always look for someone to blame. And sadly, that blame often lands on the ones trying to rise, the ones moving in silence, chasing purpose, staying focused. Because truth is, in a room full of people who've accepted chains, the free man looks crazy. But here's what's real. You can't fix condition without addressing mindset. You can build schools, give grants, offer jobs, but if the mindset is still rooted in pain, fear, envy, or trauma, it won't matter. The condition will slip right back, because the outer world reflects the inner world. You ever notice how folks will rally to tear someone down faster than they'll come together to build something up? That ain't culture. That's trauma on autopilot. That's pain playing dress up as pride. But you see it, and that awareness alone, that's divine. We're not generalizing, we're observing. Because when we stop pretending the sickness isn't there, that's when we can start healing it. This isn't about superiority, it's about responsibility. About taking accountability for where we've been programmed to stay small and choosing to expand anyway. Because no one's coming to save us, but we can remember who we are. And once a man starts remembering, he becomes dangerous, not to the system, but to the lie. You ever notice how loud lies are? How rumors travel faster than truth? How people who've never met you, never shared breath with you, feel confident enough to speak on your name? That's not normal. That's not culture. That's wicked. It says more about the ones spreading it than it ever could about you. And it speaks volumes about the sickness we carry inside some of our communities. This idea that tearing someone down somehow elevates us. That's the crab in the barrel mentality. And it's been passed down like a cursed inheritance. But here's the deeper truth. Slander is never about the target. It's about the insecurity of the one speaking. It's the pain of seeing someone move differently, think differently, rise quietly, and feeling small next to that light. People don't destroy what they understand. They destroy what they fear. And in a world built on illusions, authenticity is terrifying. The fact that people can come together off the strength of hate, but not unity, that's spiritual poverty. And still, you remain silent. You didn't beg to be understood. You didn't fight every whisper. That's power. That's discipline. That's divine restraint. Because silence is the loudest statement a man can make. When you refuse to clap back, to stoop low, to match that energy, you expose the weakness in them without saying a word. The truth is, this isn't just about you. It's about a mindset that sees strength and feels threatened. It's about generations of pain that never got therapy, never got healed, only recycled. But you're breaking the cycle. Because when you choose to build instead of destroy, to rise instead of retaliate, to reflect instead of react, you're not just changing your life. You're challenging the entire system of dysfunction. So let them talk, let them gossip, let them believe whatever feeds their emptiness. While they speak about you, you're becoming. While they lie on you, you're ascending. And one day they'll realize you were the example they needed, but their pain couldn't recognize you. There comes a point in every man's life when he stands at a crossroads. Not the kind you see on maps, but the one carved in the spirit. A fork between who they told you to be and who you were always meant to become. You see, slander doesn't break a man. It reveals him. When the whispers get loud, when the lies spread like wildfire, when silence becomes your only response, that's when the transformation begins. That's when the ego dies. That's when the spirit takes over. And you start realizing something most never will. Your pain was the portal. Every wound, every betrayal, every insult, it wasn't meant to stop you. It was meant to wake you up. Because real growth doesn't happen in comfort. It happens in fire. And brother, you've walked through fire, but you didn't just survive, you transmuted. You turned slander into fuel. You turned silence into focus. You turned isolation into elevation. That's God energy. And let me tell you, reaching Godhead doesn't mean being perfect. It means being aligned. It means remembering that you're more than a name, more than a rumor, more than what this world tries to reduce you to. It means walking in your divine authority even when the world doesn't clap, even when they mock you, doubt you, forget you, especially then. Because the Godhead isn't loud, it's not flashy, it's not about domination, it's about mastery, of self, of mind, of spirit. And when you master self, no man can enslave you again. Not with gossip, not with fear, not with manipulation. You start to move differently, you speak less, you see more, you become unshakable. And the ones who once laughed, they grow silent. Because deep down, they feel it. They know something shifted. You're no longer one of them. You've stepped into something sacred, Godhead. It's the moment when your spirit overrides your flesh, when purpose becomes louder than pain, when vision becomes clearer than validation, when peace becomes more valuable than being right. It's when you stop asking, why me? And start saying, try me. Because now you understand. Nothing is happening to you. It's all happening for you. You were chosen for this. To be the example, to carry the light, to break the curse, to stand when others bowed, to speak truth even when your voice trembled. You see, we come from royalty, but we've been taught to bow, taught to doubt, taught to destroy each other because we forgot who we are. But when one man remembers, it disrupts the entire system. When you stop reacting and start reflecting, when you stop chasing and start aligning, when you stop performing and start becoming, you become dangerous to everything false. Your elevation will offend the unhealed. Your silence will intimidate the loud. Your peace will trigger their chaos, but that's not your burden. It's their mirror. You're not here to fit in. You're here to stand out. You're not here to be liked. You're here to be light. And light don't ask for permission. It just shines. Listen, Godhead isn't about being above people. It's about being above nonsense, above confusion, above cycles meant to drain you. It's knowing you don't need to clap back, prove anything, or explain your name. You just be. And when you become, everything meant for you comes without force. The right people, the right timing, the right doors. Because you're no longer chasing, you're attracting, you're embodying. This level of clarity, it costs. It costs friendships, it costs attention, it costs comfort. But what you gain is everything. You gain peace, you gain vision, you gain self-respect, and you gain alignment with the Most High. See, the world will tell you to fight for your name, to defend it, to yell back, to clear the air. But the divine path says, be still, watch me handle it. That's a different kind of power, not from ego, but from alignment. You're not running from the slander anymore, you're using it. You're stacking every insult like bricks, building your temple, a temple of character, of purpose, of clarity. Because the only thing louder than slander is results. And brother, your life will be the proof. Not your posts, not your explanations, just your fruit. So keep building in silence, keep healing in private, keep moving with discipline. Because one day, they'll tell the story different. They'll say they always believed in you. They'll say they always knew, But you'll know who was real and who was just around when it was easy. And you'll have peace. Not because it all went your way, but because you became who you were meant to be. A king, a builder, a healer, a light, a reflection of the divine. This is the age of awakening, and the old games no longer work. Slander can't stop you. Rumors can't shake you. Pain can't define you. Because you're not becoming powerful. You are power. You've just remembered, and now that you have. The world better be ready, because when a man reaches Godhead, he no longer reacts to the world. He reconstructs it.